Okay, welcome back to more writer updates. No, this isn't the podcast. I'm here to talk about my new book release, the update on fairy tales and nightmares, what's happening with my Redbubble store, and what's happening with Redbubble in general, and also going to do a quick little bookmark reveal from a Kickstarter I donated to. So, we'll start with the new book release. I've got the second short story in the Hayward and Anderson up and published to Amazon and all the other wide retailers. And here's a look at the cover. There it is. It's Shadow in Scarlet. And if any of you have read The Ghostly Tower, you know this is about Elspeth Hayward and her reluctant partner Lars Anderson, and they are paranormal detectives in a steampunk Victorian London, uh, and as other places in Britain as well, as they travel around, and they investigate cases of ghosts, vampires, zombies, and other stuff like that. And in book two, they are on the hunt for a vampire stalker who's been bothering the woman who's hired them, Scarlet Lejeune. And so they're off hunting this suspect through London. They discover some strange things, encounter some rogue men looking to stop them, and of course, in the end, they solve the case. And so it's a short story. It's only 99 cents if you want to go pick it up. So it's out now. And you can get The Ghostly Tower if you sign up for my newsletter on Story Origin. You can get that one for free. And if you want to check it out. So that's basically the announcement that Shadow and Scarlet sort of published a month early. Because if you have been following my updates, you'll know that this was not supposed to come out until about June. I got lucky with editing and formatting, and it's out. Surprise. Okay, so that's it for Shadow and Scarlet. That's the news about it. It's out now. Go buy it. And now for the update on Fairy Tales and Nightmares. Now that book, and here's a little sneak peek at the cover, a little tease. There you go. Fairy Tales and Nightmares, I finished the editing on that, the self-editing on that. And it's now in in the beta reading stage. It's up on Story Origin for beta reading. I have quite a few beta readers so far. If you'd like to be one of them, just drop me a line and I'll send you the link to sign up. This Fairy Tales and Nightmares, sorry. I'm looking for probably a late September, October release on that one. That's going to have a little more notice. It's going to be a little more notice on the launch for this one. And yeah, it's 9 stories, and they're all fairy tale retellings, but they're fairy tale retellings set in history with a horror twist. So I've got things like Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, uh, Little Red Riding Hood, uh, Little Mermaid. I've also got lesser known tales like the Snow Queen and the Bluebeard. Also have an interesting retelling of Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. It's not retold from Ali Baba's point of view, but from the female slave that's part of the original story. Anyway, and all these 9 tales in Fairy Tales and Nightmares are like visions and nightmares. They're all told from the point of view of a female protagonist. So that's in the final stages of publishing, and that one will also come out this year, or like I said, around October. So that's the update for Fairy Tales and Nightmares. And now we go into the other side of my publishing, which is the artist side, where I do designs. And I have a print on demand store. Now, well, technically I still have it, a print on demand store on Redbubble. That was where my focus was because it was the easiest thing to upload. It was quick, and I could just do it. And I liked Redbubble up until last month. Because last month they informed all their artists on the site that they were implementing a three-tiered system. I think it's standard, premium, and pro. I think pro is only for or people who are doing, things from like from Netflix and whatnot. Anyway, and you would get shuffled into one of these three tiers. Unfortunately, the standard tier, which is where I got shuffled, and frankly, from the looks of it, most of the artists on Redbubble have been shuffled into the standard tier. Um, and I thought originally it was just for small shops, but apparently it seems that some of the larger shops have been shuffled into the standard tier, and some shops that I know, at least one shop that's only been open for 5 days, got a premium tier. So there doesn't seem to be much of a rhyme and a reason other than there may just be putting a few shops in premium tier as a show, and they're actually shuffling all their artists into standard tier so they can basically steal our profits because that's what they're doing. They are now charging us. They're not charging fees on the like on the base price. They are charging fees on our profits. So it doesn't matter if you're making say $20 in profit a month on Redbubble, they will now take half of that. So you're basically making, I don't know what that was. As I was saying, if you're making $20 on Redbubble, you will be making about $10 now a month instead. A little over, probably a little over $10, maybe $10.20, something like that. I did loose math on it, but so yeah, so they're basically taking all the small shops are going to be taking half their profits now. So yeah, I don't know why they decided to target artists in this manner, but their artists are leaving Redbubble in droves. They're shutting their shops down. They've had enough, and I don't blame them. I haven't shut my shop down. I'm no longer uploading designs to it. I'm no longer promoting it. I'm not going to shut it down yet because, as you know, I had a computer crash in December, and some of the designs, the only place they exist now is on Redbubble. So I have to get those designs off before I can shut the shop down. I've got most of them, I think, but I have to double check. And also, I kind of want to see how this whole thing plays out before I shut down the shop. But I will not be promoting on Redbubble. I will not be uploading anymore to Redbubble. I basically it's a dead shop as far as anything new. I will not be shopping on Redbubble anymore either. I did, was a customer of theirs as well because there was a lot of nice designs and then a lot of lovely stuff there, and their quality's okay. It's decent quality for print on demand, but, um, yeah, I won't be shopping there anymore either. Anyway, so that's basically what's happening on Redbubble. However, last year, I had begun to diversify because that's a good idea because things like this can happen. And I had already set up a shop over on Zazzle. Now, Zazzle was a little bit more of a learning curve, so I hadn't done much of anything at the end of last year. I set it up around the end of last year. So I hadn't done much with it until this happened in April, end of April. So I have now set up 3 shops on Zazzle. Avalon Art Designs. That's where I'm moving all my artsy designs, my abstract prints and things like that to that shop. That's mostly going to be home decor. There'll be a few other things too, like Christmas ornaments and stuff like that. But that's basically what that shop's going to focus on. I've got my A.F. Stewart designs. That's going to be where I've got the horror stuff, the sci-fi stuff, the fantasy stuff, and my own book merch stuff. That will be in that store. And that's going to have a variety of things, like your basic mugs, t-shirts, notebooks, mouse pads, probably some iPad skins and phone cases, stuff like that. That's more or less going to be having what the products I was focusing on Redbubble with. So that's what's going to be in that store. And then I have the third shop which is writerly stuff, which is all my products that were aimed at writers and readers. So, and that's going to have notebooks, and it's going to have t-shirts and mugs, and it's going to have pens. Yes, Zazzle sells pens. So expect a lot of pens. I'm just saying. I will probably go overboard in making pens. So if you want your writer stuff, go to Writerly Stuff. If you want your genre stuff, go to AF Stewart Designs. If you want some artsy stuff, go to Avalon Art Designs. And I've got the links down below. I've also got the link to the new book down below as well. So you can check that out. And as a little treat to end this writer update, I donated to a Kickstarter campaign recently for fellow YouTuber Daniel Green and his book series Unlawful Times. I hope I got the series title right there. And I just made a little donation, and I got a foil cover bookmark. So I'm going to show that off. So here it is. And this is by Wraithmark Created. Wraithmark Creative. And you can see it's kind of gold and shiny there. That's the front back of the bookmark. There you go. And I also got a couple of little stickers to go with it from Wraithmark Creative. There you go. Anyway, so that's a little show off for the bookmark. And I hope you enjoyed this writing update. And that's all for now. Bye.